change during all these years. And especially I think he has changed in two different periods. When I re-encountered with Pedro as a director actor, because we have been friends for all of these years, but it was in the Skin I Live In. It was 9 years ago. And I arrived to the project after 22 years without working together, trying to show him that actually I learned a lot. In one of those years that I just got a new way to just act, that I got more experience in front of the camera, that I was more self-assured in front of it. There's a number of things, and I put them on the table, and I said, this is what I am now. And so after a week of rehearsals, he he said to me, Antonio, all of these things that you're bringing with you now, I cannot use them, really. And so he made a very interesting question that has been floating in my mind for 9 years. He says, where are you? And so at that time, you can take that thing and you can react against that thing in many different ways. But at that time I said, why is so hard? I mean, I have my experience, I'm gonna just put it there. I have this idea of what the character should be. And my idea and his ideas didn't coincide all the time. So we shoot the movie. There was a certain tension by the time that we were shooting the movie. It never was dramatic because we are friends, among other things, Something happened, when I saw the movie with an audience for the first time. It was in the Toronto Film Festival. And I was watching the movie and I was thinking, oh my God, how he managed to actually take a character from the inside of me that I didn't even know I had. And then I started a process of being humble and thinking I have to actually open my ears and my eyes and my soul to people that I trust. And I do trust him. I don't feel only love for Pedro, which is what I do. I feel love because he's my friend, but I admire him and I respect him. And I was thinking, am I going to have another opportunity in my life to actually, start the process of making a movie with him in a completely different way? And that came 9 years after. So when I received Pain and Glory, I saw that opportunity. And in the middle of those 9 years, a lot of things happened. And I had a heart attack 2.5 years ago that actually positioned me in a completely different way, in the way that, because I am, as an artist, as I am as a person. And that thing brought to me a way to look at life in a different way. I saw death very close, and the important things really came to the surface, and all those things that I thought they were important, but they weren't, they just sunk. They went to hell. And he detected that. As soon as we were at the rehearsal time, he said, I don't know how to describe this thing that happened to you after your cardiac event, but it's something that I would like to use for your character, so don't hide it. Don't try just to overcome yourself and just present yourself as the Antonio Banderas that everybody knows, more athletic and more that. No, this is good. This is good, use it. And I started using it, and I started going from the scratch, beginning when I used all the tools that I have been using for acting in the last 10, 15 years. I was just trying to descend with two different questions, very clear questions, very simple ones. What do you want to tell? What is the story that you want to tell, and why you call me to do it? And from the beginning, we start solving these two questions, and we created a character that actually was different to anything that I had done before in my life. It has to do with another space, another universe of my acting career that I didn't know. It was very frightening for moments because I was not allowed to use my tricks. I was just searching in some other fields, and but at the end, we both got in the mud together. And that is the space where we could create something that is worth while, for both of us. So it has been probably the most interesting work of my life, and I opened my eyes really for for the future in a completely different way, you know. You know, sometimes a heart attack is one of the best things that can happen in your life.
Yes. No, pues es, I mean, it is true that I saw one picture of Antonio after the heart attack, and I saw just a mask of pain. And I mean, I felt sorry for him, but as I was thinking about him as the protagonist of this movie, Pain and Glory, then es que resulta muy duro decir que ese ataque al corazón a mí me venía bien como director.
It's very hard to say that his heart attack actually was really good for me as a director, but the truth is that's how it was.
Quiero decir que la experiencia en el dolor de Antonio y que estaba muy presente en esa foto me indicaba lo apropiado que era llamarme.
And what I really mean is when I saw that picture of him and I could really read pain in his face, I realized that it was really appropriate for me to be able to reach out and call him.
Porque lo último que uno piensa de Antonio es en el sufrimiento.
Because the last thing you think about when you think of Antonio is suffering.
Quiero decir, es una persona tan llena de vida, tan intensa en todo lo que hace, o sea, lo que aquí llamáis bravura, que le ha caracterizado en todos sus personajes, que no es la imagen que uno tiene de alguien doliente que está en su casa, pegado a la cama o a la mesa de escritorio en su casa.
So, because really the image that you have of Antonio, especially here in this country, is of someone who's alive, who's intense, what you call bravura, and you don't really think of someone who's laid out in pain in his bed next to his bedstand.
Naturalmente él conocía muchas de las partes que del guión, las reconocía porque las había vivido de cerca.
And he, of course, understood a lot of the things that were in the script because he had lived through them.
Pero yo le dije, when I said to him just before shooting, this is something that I never allowed to anyone in my career. And well, Antonio, if you need to imitate me in some moment because this is the easier way for you to do it, then you have my permission to do it. And he answered me that he prefers not. And I was happy because it's very weird just to have someone in front of you that it is imitating you. So I absolutely prefer that way. So, I mean, I have to say that when I was shooting, I didn't have the feeling that I was like shooting about my life. I have a big distance. And I was a director, directing an actor, and even the house, it was a replica of my own, the own place that I'm living. For me, it was very clear when I was in the studio shooting and when I was at home. I never confused that. I asked him because it was important for the spectator to see that this man has a big problem in the back for the surgery. Then I told him, well, and I did it before, look at me when I'm entering a taxi and how I get out, because it's not the normal way. It's very aparatoso.
It's very clumsy and cumbersome.
And this is the only moment when he really had to imitate me, because that gives clear information about his back. And also when he's trying to look for something in the floor, he never go directly to the floor. He used to put a pillow and after just take it. This is a kind of physical information about his condition. But the rest that I must say that I was the first one to be amazed by the performance of Antonio. He changed completely comparing to the other movies that we did together. And doing something completely new. And even without my explanation. And I think that Antonio, well, he's present here, but anyway, this is what I really think. He has an incredible capacity to be impregnate, in this case of me. And even that process was perhaps unconscious. But you know what happens, it was the opposite what happened in real life, that I see myself imitating him in some moments of the movie.
That's awesome.